What?
What is up, everybody? I am Ant, and I am joined by my good friend and longtime co-host. Introduce yourself, brother.
Carlito's here. I still don't have a nickname yet. I'm gonna come up with one soon.
Yo, Carlito, is that the nickname, man?
No, I'm just saying. No,
You're dropping some little. I feel like I'm watching a WWE show. You're dropping little hints for me, little crumbs for me to try to figure out who you're going to be.
Long-term storytelling.
All right, dude. I respect it. Well, you are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast, and we are here covering WWE Friday Night SmackDown from August 5th, 2022. They were live in Greenville, South Carolina. And what a way to kick off SmackDown by having none other than the Bloodline show up backstage. Roman Reigns looking good, the Usos looking good. All of them have all of the gold in WWE.
I didn't get why the Usos were driving when Roman wasn't even driving. Like why does Roman get somebody to drive him, but the Usos have to drive their own car? That was like random as fuck. Like what the hell? Like the Usos can't get it. The Usos can't get a ride. What the fuck?
Roman has his own dressing room. He has his own he doesn't have his own driver.
Like the Usos are Undisputed Tag Team Champions. They should have the same access as him. I don't know. Maybe. Like at least maybe ride together. Like why aren't they riding together either? That's another thing.
Well, there's only one tribal chief, right?
That's facts, man.
They show up. They're happy after SummerSlam. They're just ready to ride the wave, and we might find out Roman's challenger later on tonight. And then we go.
So we already know the challenger. They're hyping him as Drew McIntyre.
Yep. Sorry, he was gonna actually confront Drew McIntyre tonight.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you, Carlos. So we then go to Pat McAfee and Michael Cole, and they're basically making fun of Happy Corbin losing last Saturday at SummerSlam to Pat McAfee, and they're making little they're doing doodles on Corbin's face, and they're showing McAfee giving Corbin a low blow and just trying to fuck with Corbin. Corbin's backstage pissed, and everyone's laughing at him, and he's like, "Stop laughing at me." And then Ricochet actually stands up and challenges Happy Corbin to a match. So what did you think of this segue into a match, having Pat McAfee make fun of Corbin and then Ricochet standing up to him?
It was funny. I'm happy that they have Ricochet on TV. They haven't had him on TV in a while. Yeah. I was kind of worried for a second, and it's good to see him. But yeah, Michael Cole at SummerSlam did great work.
Fucking awesome, man. The bully. Count faster. He was screaming, "Count faster!" I'm like, "God, we know who you want to win."
Yeah, that's enough. He's like, "Count faster." He's like something Chad. He said Chad Patton. He told Chad that was the referee's name. He was like, "Chad, count faster, damn it."
For the love of God, Chad, count faster, damn it, or whatever it was.
Yeah, get Brock under there. He's on. No, we're gonna kill him.
Yeah, I loved it. That's what we need, man. And he's feeling himself lately, and I really like that, man. He's like, I'm a pro, dude.
No, Michael and Pat brought the best out of him.
Yeah, he has fun. He has fun. I have fun doing this with you, Carlos. But yeah, so Ricochet, it was good to see Ricochet. He hasn't been on for a while. So it was good to see him.
Ever since his rematch with Gunther.
How long ago was that? Was that June?
Yeah, maybe a month and a half.
Oh. Well, he's back and he takes on Happy Corbin. Here are some notes from that match. Corbin nails Ricochet with a clothesline, completely flipping him in a 180, totally flipping him upside down. Ricochet dives off the apron, but Corbin sends him into the ring post after catching him. Ricochet nails a standing star press and gets a 2. Corbin with a modified neck breaker and then a deep 6, which then also gets a 2 count. And then Pat McAfee starts talking to Corbin, which distracts Corbin, allowing Ricochet to nail a code breaker and then a flying shooting star press, and Ricochet gets the 3 count. After the match, Ricochet passes the football to Pat McAfee, and McAfee punts the football to the fans. So what were your thoughts on the match and then the fun little interaction between Pat and Ricochet afterward? It's a big party for Pat.
I know. The match is good. I noticed they're focusing more on wrestling now these days than more in the segments, But yeah, the match is good. Corbin's doing his thing. Ricochet's doing his thing. But yeah, the ending was like kind of a little awkward. Like, what the hell? Kept playing catch with the football and then like just threw it into the fucking thing. But it was funny. It was cool.
It was good to see Ricochet back on there. And fun little fact for those of you who don't know,
Give his old theme song back, please, ASAP.
one and only.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that one. He dates the ring announcer, Samantha Irvine.
Yeah, she's pretty. I'm not gonna lie, she's.
Yeah.
She goes. She. Whenever she announces him out, she always puts some empathy on it. Ricochet.
That's what he says. Well, that's what she says when he goes inside of her. Hello. So we then go backstage. Again, it was good to see Ricochet. Corbin's doing good. You and I aren't too big of fans of Corbin, but I mean he's all right.
He's growing on me. He's very talented. That's one thing. It's just like his character's just like an asshole. That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah. Well, we go backstage and we see Sami Zayn knocking on Roman Reigns' door. Sami, of course, being a
honorary Us.
Yes, honorary Us. Thank you. And the Usos come out and Sami and Jimmy greet each other. Jay looks pissed off at Sami, like he doesn't want.
Jay always looks pissed off whenever he's around Sami. I don't know why. I mean, Jay's been with Roman longer. Jay kind of knows the drill. But Jimmy's more kind of like the calm and collected one. But I want to see some interaction with Sami and Roman. Like, come on. Sami Zayn on the TV screen is always a good thing.
I think Jay's mad that Roman might have a new son and it's not him.
Oh my God, come on. No, I don't think he maybe just doesn't trust him. Like, yeah. Well, maybe he's like, what has he done lately?
Well, they're totally using Sami Zayn. Like they're
but what the hell has Sami done lately? Like he's not a champion. He's not like what? Like you're not gonna have somebody in the bloodline who's like everybody has the gold and then Sami Zayn with nothing. Like, come on.
Yeah, but I think that's like an easy. I think my opinion is that like
as we go later in the show, you'll see when Jay does say something like that.
He does, yeah.
We all leveled up, and then you're still in the same place that you were before. But it's like it wasn't Sami's fault though; he was injured.
I do think though that that's an easy answer for them to be in. I think honestly, my honest opinion is that they've just been using Sami. They think he's a clown. And Sami's really into this, thinking that they really want him around, and they're like, no. And part of the reason is because you haven't leveled up. But I think that's their blanket reasoning. I think they've never cared about Sami, and they just used him to help Roman win.
Like remember a couple months ago, Roman beat the shit out of him like in like 30 seconds, and when he defended it against him, remember? Like when it was like Brock was like hyping him up, and then Sami got the shit beat out of him. So it's
Well, for this,
it's definitely going somewhere. I feel like this might lead to like maybe Kevin Owens like coming to SmackDown helping Sami Zayn or something. I don't
know. So I know that Sami basically tells the Usos that he wants to congratulate Roman on winning at SummerSlam. They tell Sami it's not a good time, and they'll text Sami when it's a good time to come see Roman. So they're just schmoozing Sami. They're just like, buddy, you're a clown. Roman doesn't have time for bullshit. Whatever, right?
Yeah.
Well, we then have our number one contenders match: Shinsuke Nakamura taking on Ludwig Kaiser with Intercontinental Champion Gunther. They call him Gunther. And if Shinsuke wins this, he will get a shot at the Intercontinental title next week on SmackDown. We get our cool Pizza Hut SmackDown classic moment of the night, and that comes from April 27th, 2000. And it's when Stone Cold Steve Austin destroys the D-Generation X bus. And that was a huge moment. Fire was everywhere. Triple H and Stephanie looking distraught at the truck. It was a cool moment. But let's get to notes from the match. So the match starts and Nakamura nails an enziguri. Kaiser nails a reverse suplex. Nakamura with a sliding kick, a chop, and then a German suplex of his own. Ludwig with a European uppercut, which gets him a 2 count, and then a German suplex again gets a 2. However, Nakamura is able to get the win with the Kinshasa or King. How do you say it? Kinshasa? I don't know how to say it.
King Shasa or something like.
Whatever.
I think
The kick. And he gets the win after a 3 count. After the match, Shinsuke and Gunther face off. And Shinsuke basically taunts Gunther, saying, "Come on. We know that next week Shinsuke will get his title shot against Gunther." So what did you think of the match, and what do you think about the possibility of Nakamura becoming Intercontinental Champion next week? Or do you think Gunther will beat him?
Okay, not gonna lie, I do not remember the match at all, but I'm sure it was good. No. But yeah, no, I don't think Gunther's losing that title anytime soon.
Gunther. I think it's gonna be a really good match because both of these guys, like on separate ends of the world. Gunther is a great representation of the European style. Nakamura is a Japanese strong style. So it's gonna be 2 styles going at it, and I'm excited about that next week on SmackDown. All right, we then get Kofi Kingston backstage, and Kofi says that Xavier Woods is getting better at home, and he's going to make the Viking Raiders pay for their attack on Woods last week on SmackDown. Really nothing much here. It's just Kofi, getting ready to attack the Raiders, and we'll see what happens later on. We then go back to Sami Zayn, and he is knocking on Reigns' door again. The Usos come out and they're annoyed, and they say, when Paul Heyman was around, he would go in the production truck and make sure that, Reigns' music is on correctly, the video is playing correctly, the pyro is all set up. And they ask Sami Zayn, now that Paul Heyman got injured and he's recovering, can you do that for us? Can you go in the production truck and make sure that Reigns' entrance is perfect? That will mean a lot to Reigns. And Sammy's like, yeah, but Sammy goes ahead and does it. So again, Sammy being bullied into doing what the bloodline wants him to do. And I think you're right. I think we're going to see someone come join Sammy and say, enough is enough, man. You don't need this bullshit. And it could be Kevin Owens.
Yeah, I know, but he's not Raw though. That's the thing. But who knows what could happen?
Well, fun little, maybe not a spoiler, rumor. I heard they're doing the draft in September, so never know, my friend. All right. Next, we have Kayla Braxton in the ring, and she welcomes our current SmackDown Women's Champion, Liv Morgan. Liv's arm is in a sling, and Liv grabs the mic, and she goes, "I am feeling many different emotions, but when I look at this title," and then before she can continue, the fans start chanting, "You tapped out."
This segment pissed me off so bad.
Yeah. She goes, "I appreciate you calling me out on my shit." Liv says, "This title means everything to me. I survived 3 of Ronda's arm bars. I tapped only after I thought the referee had counted 3. Sonya Deville then comes out, and Sonya says, "Some people will buy your act, but we both know you shouldn't be champion." Sonya says, "I love seeing you hurt, and I'm going to win the gauntlet and beat you at Clash at the Castle." So let's talk quickly about this. You were upset about this, the fans. Do you think, though, that, for storyline purposes, do you think Liv really thought that she had pinned Ronda, or do you think Liv just tapped out because she couldn't handle it anymore? She's claiming she only tapped out after thinking.
I mean, all that matters is that she's still the champion. That's all that freaking matters.
Okay.
Honestly, but these fans, they're shitting on Ronda Rousey for months. And then once Liv beats her, that shouldn't have happened. This, that, and they we were all rooting for Liv for months already, for her to get her shot. Yeah. Everyone was behind Liv. And then they just want to turn out. No. This happened to Rollins. This happened to Damian Priest. Happened to Bayley. This keeps happening. These fans, they don't know what they want. That's one thing that Vince said one time, that he's pretty much right. The fans don't even know what they want.
I think for me, I enjoyed the match. I didn't think they should have been booing Liv at all. My only problem is they did a heelish finish for a baby face. Most of the time, the heel will tap out and cause some kind of uncensored. Sometimes a heel will tap out or the shoulder won't be down. There'll be some kind of messed up ending. And I think they were trying to do sort of similar to what they were doing with the Street Profits at Money in the Bank, where their shoulders weren't down and Ford got pissed. I think they were trying to do something similar to that, but because she tapped and they said Liv tapped out before she got the 3 count, technically she lost the title. But I'm not saying that she doesn't deserve to be champion. I want her to be champion. I like her. I think she's better than Ronda. I just don't like the fact that they made her tap out, because it's like, then the fans are gonna say, "Well, you tapped out," which
I would have preferred a clean finish, but it's like I just don't feel like she should have been booed.
Yeah. Oh no, not at all. I think the fans. I think it's dumb because it's almost like me hating on Edge for Edge.
That's that same thing that Danny Bryan said a couple of years ago. Becky Lynch even fucking said it in the same scenario of Liv Morgan. Becky Lynch said it a couple months ago. Same scenario went. I think I can find the video. I'll send it to you later. But like Becky Lynch was like, "Oh, once Liv wins the title, you guys will like be happy for her, and then you'll turn on the same thing that happened to her."
Yeah,
same thing happened with Becky. Like she won the belt. Everybody at SummerSlam.
Well, again, what happened with Becky? Think about that.
They were mad because Bianca lost in 26 seconds.
And I think it's the details that matter. They wouldn't have turned on Becky if she beat her in a 10-minute match. They wouldn't have turned on Liv.
Because Becky Lynch returned. For Becky Lynch, I think was supposed like she returned kind of as a babyface, and they were fighting. And she was fighting the biggest babyface in the company right now. I mean, at the time, Bianca Belair. So it's like a very difficult situation.
I think they're dumb because the problem here is like, in my eyes, I never would have thought the fans would boo Liv over Ronda, because Ronda.
Either I was fucked up. I was not right.
But the problem is, as a fan, or just in general, Carlos, like, let me give you an example, just sort of to hear your thoughts. Like, let's say it's Sasha and Alexa, right? And Sasha's winning. She has Alexa.
Who's the heel and who's the face?
Right now there's really no heel or face. They're both kind of like, they're just kind of, they're not good, they're not bad, they're competing for a shot at the title. So there's no good or bad guy. It's just a contendership match, right? And Sasha has Alexa in a Kross face, and Sasha's able to, or Alexa's able to get like a roll up in, but before the 3, Alexa taps. Or I'm sorry, before the 3, Alexa taps, but the ref saw Sasha's shoulders down, so Sasha loses and Alexa wins. We all would be like, that's bullshit. She tapped out,
Yeah.
But I think because we like Liv and because we have so much respect for her, it's almost like we don't want to see that happen to our champion because she's fucking awesome. It's like, that's my take.
So why are we booing her though then?
Because they're idiots. They're fucking morons that don't know what they want. The problem is, I think WWE shouldn't do that anymore.
Like they should have barely been like happy, like, oh, Ronda didn't win the belt, because like they were shitting on Ronda. I always shit on her. I hate Ronda. Like she doesn't even like wrestling. She's talked so much shit about the fans. Like I could find so much shit that she doesn't even like being there. You can tell in her face, like in her stuff that she does, like she doesn't like being there. She doesn't want to be there. She just wants money.
The way they could have salvaged this and a way to kind of make Liv still be like a stand-up person, and then we'll take a quick break after this, is if Ronda were to come out on SmackDown and say, you didn't beat me fair and square, I want a rematch. And it's like, fine, I'll give it to you.
But she's suspended though.
No, I know, but that's storyline purposing. It's not like she really got hurt or she really, did something. It's a storyline. She got suspended, I'm saying it would have been better had she, or maybe she's gone for a week and she comes back and she says, you know what, you fucking didn't beat me fair and square.
But then look at this. Like then they have Shayna being the one to fight Liv Morgan at the next pay-per-view. That's like another like what the hell are they doing? Like they're really gonna have Shayna take the belt off her?
Well, we'll get there. We'll talk.
Yeah, I know.
We're gonna take a really quick break, and then when we come back, we're gonna be talking about the SmackDown Women's Title #1 contendership gauntlet match. We have Roman Reigns coming face to face with Drew McIntyre, and Kofi Kingston is out to get the Viking Raiders. Stay with us. We'll be right back. And welcome back to the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast Friday Night SmackDown recap episode. Before we continue on with the episode, I just want to give you some quick tips on how you can check us out. We are available streaming wherever you get your podcasts, which could be places like Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and literally anywhere you stream your podcast.
I stream mine on Apple Podcasts, by the way.
That's where you listen to it. All right. For me, I listen to it on Spotify, but you can listen to both, whichever is your way to go about listening to us. Check us out. Give us just type in the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast, give us a 5-star rating, and check us out on your way home. Maybe you're on your way to work. Maybe you want us to kick back, maybe smoke to us, drink to us, whatever. Have fun. Also check us out on YouTube. Just search the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. Subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell to stay notified when new content is created. You'll get a little text message whenever a new episode is dropped, and you'll be able to click on the link and just watch the video on YouTube. Also, leave a comment. Let us know your thoughts on this week's episode of SmackDown. What did you like? Did you not like it? This month, if you're leaving a comment, let me know how you are liking Triple H's takeover. Do you feel like things are changing? Are you happy with some of the changes? Are you disliking the changes? What are your thoughts? All right, back to us. We now have our gauntlet match to determine the #1 contender for the women's SmackDown Women's title at Clash at the Champions, or Clash at the Castle, sorry. And we have Sonya Deville taking on Olea in the first match. Aliyah doesn't really do it for me, but that's all right.
I like how they've been having her more and more on TV, though. That's one thing.
Yeah, they've been building her up a bit. But Sonya sends Aliyah into the ropes. She nails the Deville's advocate, and she gets a 3, and Aliyah is gone. Next, Raquel Rodriguez comes out, and Raquel is looking mighty fine.
I know, yeah.
Sonya chokes Raquel. Raquel nails a side slam. Raquel with a big boot and a spinning elbow splash. She nails a one-arm choke slam, and that gets a 3 by Sonya Deville. We now have Shotzi coming back after taking many botches at Money in the Bank.
Shotzi doesn't do it for me.
Dude, she fucked up her head at Money in the Bank. But anyways, Shotzi's taking on Raquel. Shotzi nails a tornado DDT, which gets her a 2 count. Raquel with a fallaway slam, and then a huge one-arm power bomb, and Shotzi is eliminated. We now have Xia Lia taking on Raquel Rodriguez. Zaya is able to apply a half Boston Crab. Raquel nails a headbutt, and then again victorious over Xia Lia with a one-arm power bomb. Raquel is just looking fucking dominant here. We now have Raquel.
I think she called it the Tijuana bomb or something.
Tijuana bomb?
Yeah, something like that.
Wow. I love that because you don't want to get lost in Tijuana alone, man. Especially for a lady on a Saturday night. So Raquel now is taking on Natalya. Natty attacks the knee right away, but Raquel.
I hate Natalya. Oh
yeah, God. She's like a Karen, you know. It's like she's a type of person, like, I guess I can say this if you work in like customer service. She's the type of person who, like, there's 5 minutes to closing and they show up.
Since her like debut, like, oh my God, I can't stand her. I don't never liked her.
I don't think Raquel can either, because Raquel nails a roll through vertical suplex, which gets a 2. Natty applies a sharpshooter, but Raquel gets to the ropes. And then Natty punches Raquel in the corner, but Raquel is able to drop Natalya with a Tijuana bomb, gets a 3. Goodbye. And now we have the final match. Raquel Rodriguez taking on Shayna Baszler. Shayna is able to apply a leg lock and an arm lock. Raquel nails a fallaway slam, but Shayna is able to hit a running kick. And then Shayna catches Raquel in a choke, and she bridges Raquel and gets a 3. And we now know that at Clash at the Castle, it will be Shayna Baszler taking on the SmackDown Women's Champion, Liv Morgan. Now, my only thought that they could add to this match to make it more wanting people to want to see it We know that Shayna is good friends with Ronda in real life. Maybe they could turn that into you fucking ruined my friend's title reign. I'm coming after you. That would be my thought. But what do you think about Shayna Baszler being the number one contender? And I mean, Raquel kind of got cheated out here. She was dominant, and then Shayna gets the win. What do you think?
I mean, I like Shayna. She's. I'm glad that they're using her better than they were because she's great, honestly. But I'm still rooting behind Liv. I just hope that they don't do her wrong again, like do some similar situation they did with Ronda, like Shayna. That's the only thing I'm scared about.
Yeah.
Like they might do the same thing with Shayna, because Shayna, like, the submission magician or whatever they call. Like, what if like she does the same thing, like dominates, and then like Liv like taps out, but the referee doesn't see it. That's the only thing I'm kind of scared of, that they might do it again.
Then making that sort of be Liv.
Now that Liv, like, now we'll find out more on Friday. Maybe it was just the crowd. Who knows? Maybe it was just the crowd that was just like that night that they were just like they weren't fans of her. But I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Well, next we then go to Sami Zayn again backstage with the Usos, and he's like, "Listen, am I a member or not? Like what's going on here?" And Jay snaps, and he basically tells him, "If you don't get it together, we'll take that shirt off of you soon. You won't be an honorary member of the Bloodline. Get it together, get on our level, and let's go." So I guess they're just trying to make Sami feel like shit, telling him that he's pretty much worthless. And when is Sami gonna stand up for himself? I think that's what we're all waiting for, is Sami to put the Usos in their place.
I mean, do you think Jay's wrong? I don't think Jay's wrong.
Well, he's not wrong, but I mean, you're pretty much shit talking a guy who's helped you win numerous times.
I mean, only like twice. I mean, they don't really let. I mean, I don't know.
True, but at the same token, like for example, you and I doing this show, you and I work together, right? It wouldn't be a two-person show if you weren't here, if I weren't here, right? And then all of a sudden, I'm like, well, to be honest, I don't really need you. I appreciate it. It's like, no, you fucking helped. Like, back up, Usos. Really chill. But I do hear what Jay is saying. Like, Sami, come on. Like, you should be champion. You are a beast. Take this energy, apply it to the ring. I get that, but it's just an easy way for them to just shit on Sami some more.
And like one thing I want to add is that Jay's looking in great shape, man. Like it's like he's cut out the drinking, like just took in protein. Like he's in great shape. Yep. And like Jimmy just stays in the same shape. Like that's why he doesn't wrestle with the shirt off.
It's the drinking.
Yeah, that's Jimmy though. That Jay like cut all that out. You could tell.
Yeah,
like SummerSlam, like Jay's cut up. Like he's fucking. Like you can see, like he's getting abs and all that shit. Like he's ripped. I'm telling you, I'm like, damn. That's main event Jey Uso right there.
Jey Uso. Well, we then get our next match. It's a squash match. The Viking Raiders just dominate over these two jobbers. And then after the match, though, Kofi Kingston runs down with a kendo stick and he annihilates both members of the Viking Raiders. Ivar getting the most attack with the kendo stick shots. But then we find out after the break that we have Eric taking on Kofi Kingston. Some notes here. Kofi with a flying cross body. He gets a 2. Kofi nails a trust fall to the outside, and he ends up kicking Ivar. And then Kofi nails a roll up, and he gets the win there. Not much to talk about. He did say that he'll be coming after the Raiders again next week. But yeah, I mean, Kofi Kingston, just good way to put him on TV. I guess the storyline is going to continue on where he's just going to have to go up against these guys on his own until Woods comes back.
Is he actually hurt, or is it a storyline injury?
I think it's a storyline injury. They attacked him with the shields and shit.
Yeah, I know that Xavier Woods has issues with like ankle injuries. So it's like,
I don't know. I mean, maybe he is hurt. I don't know. But like things aren't looking good for the New Day. I still like them, but I think it's time for them to sort of do their own thing at this point.
Yeah, I agree that it's like I love the New Day, but it's like they're kind of stale now.
Yeah. Well, we get a promo for the women's tag team titles tournament starting on Raw. It begins. We will be giving you our Raw recap. That should be dropping sometime this weekend, maybe Sunday. I'll plan for Sunday, August 15th, having it out. But let's keep talking about the last segment of SmackDown. The Bloodline come out to the ring. And Roman Reigns says there's a few things that need to be addressed. He goes, Brock, I have respect for you, but I also hate you. Brock tried to kill the wise man. And then before he can keep talking, Drew McIntyre comes out. And Drew goes, "You're going to talk till we're off the air. I can't wait until Clash at the Castle." And then before anything else can happen, the lights go out. And all of a sudden, Karrion, Kross, and Scarlett show up on stage. Kross attacks Drew McIntyre outside of the ring, sending him into the steps. He nails a running fist to the back of Drew McIntyre's head. And then Scarlett takes an hourglass and she puts it on the apron and she stares at the bloodline. Karrion Kross then points to Roman Reigns and then he points to his watch. So we have a new man showing up, Karrion Kross with Scarlett, to the SmackDown main roster. He's taking out Drew McIntyre. He's showing Roman that he wants the title. What do you think about Karrion Kross?
Pretty exciting. I love this. It's definitely all Triple H right here. You know, I'm very curious to see where this goes from here. You know.
Fun fact: I heard that Kross is going to supposedly try to dip his toe in acting, which is why he grew out his hair.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but Triple H must be a really good boss, because these people are just coming back like nobody's business. They're like, "Yep, I'm here." Like, it's like, wow, wow. But yeah, I mean, that was the biggest surprise of the night, was Karrion Kross. I did not expect to see him. What I like is they've been talking about him doing indie shows. He hasn't been talked about on WWE in a while. They never bring up NXT people on WWE usually, meaning like they don't talk about them on the show. But yeah, it was great to see Karrion Kross. I'm excited to see what sort of impact he's going to have now that he is on SmackDown. Let's go over quick. What was your favorite moment of the night from SmackDown?
Favorite moment, probably the backstage. Hold on.
Thinking of Raw.
No, probably the backstage segments with Sami Zayn and the Usos.
Oh, okay. You like those? Those are, yeah. I mean, those are good storytelling. Good way to kind of, we're wondering what's going to happen with Sami. For me, I liked Karrion Kross showing up at the end because I had no idea what was going to happen. I was surprised to see him. But I mean, that's all it. This is our first SmackDown without Vince McMahon. So it was pretty good. I give it a B. It could have been better, but I mean, I'm excited for next week. We know that Shinsuke Nakamura will challenge for the Intercontinental title against Gunther. I'm sure we will see some more from SmackDown Women's Champion Liv Morgan, Karrion Kross, all that good stuff. So before we go, thank you for tuning in. I want you all to stay safe. Have a good rest of your week. Be on the lookout for our Raw recap coming out this Sunday, August 15th. And actually, tomorrow, August 10th, will be our Unforgiven in Your House As It Years episode 23 dropping. It's going to be fun. So yeah, Carlos, any last words, my friend?
That's everything, guys. Stay safe and continue to listen.
That's right. Thank you, Carlos. Yep, stay safe, everybody. And we will talk to you soon. Bye.
See ya.